showing up again without a plan, but just wanted to kind of share out loud what's been sitting with me. And, if you're in a season too where things like just make you feel like you are still becoming, I think you'll know where I'm coming from on this one. So this week, for some reason, I've been feeling this whole imposter syndrome. And I was like, I know I'm from the generation where that didn't exist. At least that terminology was not, we didn't say it like that. I don't know what we used to call it, or being fake at work, or just don't know what you're doing. I don't know what we used to call it. But this imposter syndrome is, man, I don't know. This week at work, I'm like, things have been flowing. Things have been going, and almost like it's just too easy. On one hand, you're just like, you don't want to set yourself up like, oh, the other shoe is about to drop. hmm On the other hand, you're just like, this is easy, and do I belong? Like, is it really supposed to be this easy? Is this right? Um, why is it okay? Like, Lord, like this could not be that easy. Like, I don't get it. Showing up at work where I love leadership all day long. I find myself teaching long-term leaders. Like, why would you say that to your employee? Why would you do that to your employee? You don't want your manager, your supervisor, your VP doing that to you. You want a heads up. You want an explanation. Why in the world are we not operating and utilizing EQ in this moment? Like, you are a leader. You're not a dictator. Why am I having to remind you of leadership 101? Like, to the point where I'm like, maybe am I wrong? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the common sense that I believe should be common is not so common. Or maybe I'm in an environment that this is not normal. This is not what you really want. This is not what you want out of the organization. And so it really make me call into question if I'm doing the right thing sometimes. At least this week. Like this week, I found myself in meetings and on conversations and calls and even certain Teams chats where I didn't say a thing. Didn't say a thing. Like, I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here? And I'm serious, y'all. Like, having a meeting just to say we're going to have a meeting in the near future about this meeting that we just had, that spoke about a meeting that we had from the past. And I mean, you can't make that up. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just that I come from the background of like we operate. There's a plan, there's a problem, there's a solution, and we execute. I don't want to waste my time or yours talking about what we want to do or what we're going to do. What are we And then I'm like, well, maybe this is what they expect of me. Maybe this is the culture here. And maybe I'm out of place. Like, maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Because after all, like, everybody around me is doing this. I can't make this up. That was the beginning of my week. And then toward the end of my week, I had to remember that this is what I asked for. This is what I prayed for. Not to be on easy street, not to be on easy street per se, but to make sure I have a job that can still support my family, that can play my part or help me play my part within our household, where I can still have time to do what I want to do. And it's just, I'm going back and forth with being grateful, being excited for the future, while also trying to help correct what is happening. Because after all, once things are said and done, my reputation will still be at this organization. And the people that are in my charge, I want them to be able to operate on their own, to be able to operate without me, or at the very least have the critical thinking skills to be able to decide what it is that they want to do next. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And then to turn this whole thing all around, there's a new artist that's out. I think her name is China Styles, which is I think it's a real person, a real artist out of Miami, Florida, if I'm getting that correct. And what she's done is her vocals, is her beats, her lyrics, but she's used AI extremely heavily to recreate these beats, to recreate the sound and her vocals. And there's a new song out, and I think it's titled "I Love Me Loud." So you have me at the beginning of this week with this imposter syndrome, trying to change the world and do my part. And then toward the end, baby, I'm like, you can burn this sucker down. I don't even care. Oh, baby. For real, y'all. Serious. Like, there are some very, very good lyrics within that song. Baby, y'all just go listen if you hadn't heard it. Promoting, I get absolutely nothing from saying that, but baby, it really is an anthem. It's a realization. It's a reminder that you have to love you. Like, I'm going to love me no matter what. I think a line in it says that I healed in private so that I can now, I think, be out loud or think out loud and prosper in your face or something to that effect. But there's, again, it's just so much, so much. Even to the point of, when you have those extra curricular activities and you call yourself an entrepreneur or an investor or whatever, there's a time period, or content creator, there's a time period where it feels lonely. It feels like no one is watching. It feels like, what am I doing this for? It feels like the people that you thought were going to support you just simply don't. And you have to come to grasp that that's okay. And one of the lines toward the end, and I love it to this day, OMG, go listen and put the suck on repeat. But one of the lines at the end is, you may not clap, but you still gonna watch me. Now, I'm not one that's gonna say I told you so. I'm not even one that's gonna brag about what I have accomplished. But it is definitely amazing, and I think we all go through this. But it is definitely amazing because those people that you thought were going to support, thought was going to clap for you, thought was going to be able to help elevate your craft, are oftentimes the ones that don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. They don't show up. They don't even really want you to succeed, I think. It's really hurtful. And when you wake up to realize that I'm going to do this anyhow, I'm going to do what's best for me anyway. I'm going to make this video anyway. I'm going to do this content anyway. Because at the end of the day, I'm not just inspiring you. I'm trying to inspire me. Do it all. Whether you clap or not, you better sit back and buckle up and watch. Because, baby, whoo! Anyway, the whole song itself is a 2026 anthem, and it has really hyped me up. Like, I was driving around top down yesterday, and yes, it's the middle of winter, and for some reason, it was 70 degrees yesterday. But anyway, top down, singing out loud. Anyway, so whether you are blasting loud, open and proud like me or not, I think that when you are in a season where there's elevation, there's evolving, there's growth, there's even just the near thought of there could be something more. When you're there, Baby, we are in a season of still becoming. And that's okay. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, the ebbs and flows, the good and the bad, the days you feel like I don't know what the hell I'm saying, the days I'm just showing up for the sake of showing up. And then you're gonna have them days where you're like Nene Leaks. Baby, all I need is my check and some water. Cause I'm gonna clock in and I'm gonna clock back out. Like I'm gonna do my job and I'm moving on. Cause I know there's something greater that's out here waiting for me and this ain't it. And they're gonna be those days where you're just having so much fun with life that you pick up a video. I'm sorry, you pick up your phone and find yourself doing a 10-minute video about your life, about the things that you went through that week, and find that to be fun. That is crazy to even remotely think about. But here we are, still becoming. Because after all, this life it's meant to be lived. It's meant to be experienced. So, imposter syndrome, be damned today. Not today. You don't have me today. I don't know what Monday gonna bring. But today, I'm be very grateful I got a chance to do my yoga, my meditation. And I'm about to go out and get me a smoothie. Because today's a good day. And I don't know who else is kind of going through this with me, where we're in this season of becoming. So, cheers. Cheers to that. So, until the next one, I'll see you guys.